Charlotte's boobs will make the thumbnail. Hello there everybody, this is CwapTheNintendin here, and welcome back to Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. So last time, we crawled out of Citrol Marsh, and we made it inside the biome's interior where we popped out to Magna Forest. So today, we're going to go over there to see what lies ahead. So, why don't we go over to this gray looking area? That is creepy actually.
Over there.
Hey, are you okay? You.
Shulk, what's wrong? Another vision?
Kind of. I'm not sure. But first, she needs help.
You're right. Let's look for somewhere safe.
There, I see a clearing under a giant tree. We can easily watch for anything approaching.
Okay. I'll carry her.
She hasn't sustained any serious injuries, but her condition is far from stable.
Do you know what's wrong with her?
Her symptoms suggest ether deficiency. It's well known that Homs are strongly affected by ether levels in the environment. But I've never seen symptoms like this before. A sudden drop in ether content in the surrounding atmosphere causes a reaction. Symptoms range from fatigue to nausea. But in this girl's case...
What can we do?
We're gonna need water-type ether crystals. I'll load the crystals into a cartridge to shoot from my rifle.
Eh? You're gonna shoot her?
No, silly. I'll fire them into the air and the dispersed ether will heal her.
That's what I thought.
But the problem is the crystals. We can't just use any old crystal. They must be as pure as possible. This area must have a water source nearby. We should search there first.
I spotted a waterfall a little way back. What do you think, Charlotte? Would a waterfall produce pure crystals?
I can't think of a better place.
Then it's decided. I'll search for the crystals.
Hey, you're not going on your own.
I'll be okay. I need you to look after the group. We're short on water too, so I'll fill up our flasks.
Hey, good idea. Take care, man.
We're all alone searching for those water-type ether crystals. Pokemon. Yeah. And we got a new story quest, Mystery Girl Rescue. We had to collect some water ether crystals. Where are we going to find one? Well, here's how. Step 1. Skip travel to the Agni tablet. Step 2. Go over this way. Or step infinity. Go down here. Yeah. You'll actually end up right at the area where you're supposed to go. And thank God I didn't hit the cliff, because that would have been really bad. There are those jungle quadwings up on the path should you have taken the mountain path all the way down here. But personally for me, I'd rather just go ahead and get this over with right now. So, if you discovered this place earlier, all you really need to do is just to skip travel over here. But here's the thing though. They don't have you mine the crystals, they have you getting this red item orb, and yeah, the quest is as simple as that.
Huh? Who are you?
Hello there.
Hello.
How unusual. It is quite rare to see a Homs in this region. I suppose you're wondering why I am here in that case. Then permit me to introduce myself. My name is Alvis.
Alvis? My name's...
It's Shulk. Isn't it?
How did you know that?
Wielder of the Monado, defender of Colony 9, the hero that has every mechon running. You're famous amongst all Homs.
I know you from somewhere.
They're here.
Huh?
The Monado emits a particular ether wavelength in its ground state. It must have drawn them.
Huh? Oh! What are they? Alex! Get out of the way! I'll deal with this myself. From the left? Then I'll go. How? Now, from above! It can't be! I saw its movement before it struck! How can it...
It is a telephia.
Telephia?
They can read your mind. Whether you have a vision or not, if they know your next move, it's all in vain.
You know about my visions? How could you possibly...
There is only one way. Stop it in its tracks, then dull its perception.
No, Alvin! Stop! You don't know how to... Huh? A new symbol! That was... amazing.
I suggest you stop staring. The sword is yours to wield.
What was that light?
The Monado does not control itself. You control it.
I control it. By the light of the Monado. I will stop them.
Alright, with Alvis by our side, let's take these Telethia on. Now, just like with Dixon, Alvis has an unbeatable 6th gem, and a really powerful unique weapon at that, the Claymore. And if you look at it really closely, it almost looks like Silk's junk sword that he had at the beginning of the game, which is kinda cool. But anyway, we got a new Monado art called Monado Purge. It removes a monster's aura and temporarily prevents them from activating another aura. And it is pretty much your crucial art in performing our new art, Monado Purge. Because, well, Telethia have the ability to use Soul Read, which means it forces all physical attacks to miss. So, yeah, it can be very, very time-consuming taking on Telethia, but at least we have a way to deal with them. Now, about this battle itself, we have 3 Telethia here, and you'll pretty much want to auto-attack the Telethia as much as you can before you can, well, defeat one, quite frankly. So, yeah. What's pretty interesting here is that Alvis does indeed have battle quotes, and nothing else. And he can get discouraged, but for this battle only, we can't gain any sort of affinity with Alvis, so yeah, that's a pretty interesting detail that I think I should definitely mention. As for Alvis's arts, because I don't really think we're gonna get a chain attack here, Alvis has 2 arts, Lost Ray and Cross Ray. So if I can build up a chain attack, then I can definitely show those off and show you how weird Alvis's voice can get, actually. Alright, let's use Shadow Eye to remove that aggro and increase the physical art damage because I was too stupid to explain that. Yeah, I was actually really stupid on what Shadow Eye does. It removes aggro and it increases physical art damage plus. If you're having trouble beating getting a auto attack off because, you know, they have Soul Read on, just use Battle Soul and it can fill up your talent gauge for you. Alright, so we have one more Telethia here to go. Don't really think there's anything that we need to worry about here. I think we ought to use Monado Purge one more time and... Sure. Yeah, since they're pretty low level, our agility is high up there, so yeah, there's pretty much no way in heck it's going to be able to hit us with our agility being so high.
Well, you see now, Shulk?
Thank you. Hey, wait a second. More importantly, where on Bionis did you learn to use the Monado?
They were not the primary Telethia.
Bitch, you dodged my question.
Merely its spawn. The primary Telethia dwells elsewhere in Magna Forest. Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
A girl?
The Monado is a divine sword capable of disturbing the very fabric of existence, of both the material and the immaterial.
Alvis, how do you know so much about the Monado? Who are you?
Shulk! Shulk!
Huh? That's Ryan. I'm over here!
Shulk, we looked all over for you. Thought you'd been eaten by the forest.
Sorry, Ryan. I got attacked by Telethia. If it hadn't been for Alvis, I wouldn't have survived.
Alvis? Who's that?
I'll introduce you. He's the one that... Alvis? But he was...
There's no one here.
I'm telling you, he was right here. He even taught me how to unlock a new power from the Monado.
Just you and me, Shulk. Ain't no one else around. You probably passed out from dehydration and dreamt this guy up. Come on. Wait till the others hear this.
He was here, Ryan. I didn't dream it. I'm not lying.
Okay. I believe you. And while you were having fun with your imaginary friend, did you find any ether crystals?
Yes. Good quality ones, too.
Perfect. Come on. We should hurry them back to Charlotte. Hang around here long enough and we'll get whacked by an imaginary beast.
I'm not lying. Alvis, who are you?
An enemy that renders your visions useless. This forest holds many surprises. Not least creatures we've never seen before. And now we know there is another who can use the Monado.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet him.
So you weren't just having a sneaky nap then?
No.
I'm just saying. You and Dunban are the only ones I know that can wield the Monado. How would this guy know how?
Okay, locked and loaded. Everyone, stand back.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, she's coming round. All thanks to our medic.
Are you okay?
Where am I?
Everything's fine. You're gonna be...
Get your hands off me!
Ah! Hey, watch it!
Forgive me. I did not mean to...
Sorry if we surprised you.
Are you the ones who helped me?
Well, something like that.
Excuse me. My name is Melia. Forgive my indiscretion. I have not had the pleasure of coming into contact with the male Homs.
Coming into contact?
Hey, Shulk, you're creeping this lady out.
Shut up, Ryan.
This large one is far worse.
Me?
Melia, is it? How did you get here then? What, is there no one with you? I must apologize, but my situation does not concern you. And I shall not be divulging anything to common passers-by.
Duly noted, your ladyship. But if I were to be so bold, I'm guessing that you didn't come here alone. And you weren't just taking an afternoon nap.
And what, may I ask, are you doing here? It is rare to see Homs venture this deep into Machna Forest.
We're traveling to the head of the Bionis. We've got a long journey ahead of us.
The head of the Bionis.
We were just figuring out how to get there when we found you.
I see. Then permit me to return the favor by aiding you in your quest.
Really?
There is only one path to the head of the Bionis. It is the path that leads to Erith Sea.
So, this Erith Sea is at the head of the Bionis.
If you would be kind enough to escort me out of the forest, I will show you the way.
You do that? Thank you, Melia. I'm Shulk. Pleased to meet you.
Shulk. Ah, yes. Likewise. She's a bit high and mighty. But she's a Homs too, right? Why is she here alone?
Ain't got a clue. Ask her yourself. I'm not good with her posh accent.
We shall travel to the Nopon village.
Nopon village? That's where we've been heading. We reckon it's our best chance of making it to the top.
Since inhabiting the region, the Nopon have been a great help. You can travel to Erith Sea from their village.
It's settled. We'll make our way to the Nopon village.
Very well. The Nopon inhabit a giant tree. If we follow this trail, we will be safe.
Alright, looks like we got party member number 5 over here. Yes, it's been quite a while since we actually got Dunban into the thing. Well, he's not that new of a new addition, but hey, whatever. Here we have Melia here. As you can see, she doesn't have the best HP in the world. But it comes at the price that she is an ether user, yes. And unfortunately, she is very squishy in the physical defense department, so I'm gonna rectify that with some gems really quick. There we go, right as rain. There we go. So now I outfitted her with pretty much ether and all that jazz and all that junk. So from here on out, we're going to be encountering monsters with spike abilities, which is, according to the fandom, the least favorite part of the system. And yeah, it's pretty much my favorite part too. Well, not my favorite part. My least favorite part, excuse me. Because there's no way to tell whether a monster has a spike attack or not. So basically, in accordance with that Spike 2 gem that Ryan had at one point, spike damage is just basically a thing in which the monsters can automatically deal damage and inflict debuffs on the party in certain circumstances. They cannot be prevented, but they can be lessened by using spike defense gems and all that stuff. So there are 3 types of spikes. Counter spikes, which deals damage when and debuffs when attacked. Down spikes, which is basically in the form of topple spikes, daze spikes, etc., etc. And close spikes, which the monster deals damage or inflicts debuffs should a party member get too close. So basically, if you try to get to the immovable Gonzalez, yeah, you're pretty much going to be in an area spike right away. The way to combat area spikes. The way to combat spikes is by using Monado Purge to remove the effect temporarily. You can use a spike defense gem to reduce spike damage, and that counter spikes can be neutralized by using Topple. So all that is very good. Now, before we go on and explain our new party member Melia, first go back here. You will discover the contaminated area, which apparently that icon did not count in the cutscene. To my knowledge, there is no way to go back over there, and yeah, that's basically the point. Anyway, right away, because I learned my lesson from last time, I'm going to level up Melia's arts right away. As you can see, she has plenty of them to start off with. In fact, she only has about 7 of them. But you should indeed have enough to, well, level up her arts to at least level 4 at this point. So I'm going to upgrade most of her important arts to that level already. Since, well, we do have the AP, so we might as well. And I'm going to upgrade this one to... yeah, I'm keeping it at level 3. And I'm going to upgrade this one to... wow. That costs a lot, actually. So I'm going to upgrade this one to level 4. Alright, cool. As for Melia's skills, she has particularly interesting ones. So first off, the one that she automatically starts off on is Serenity, which boosts agility. And pretty much you'll want reliability on her, because, well, when you equip that, that increases her physical defense by 5. And yes, Melia is indeed the least resilient party member with physical defense. Yeah. Besides, you'll want to be on reliability because the first skill that she learns is Ether Awareness, which increases Ether by 25, so that is very good. So anyway, Melia is a party member that can basically do all your Ether stuff for you. So, why don't we test out our new party member on this jungle quadwing? We don't even need to do that anymore. So, guys, come in, guys. Okay, there we go. We don't even need to hunt these anymore, but I might as well show off what these guys are like. So, Melia is particularly special because she has these... Actually, there's something I forgot to mention about party members, or tutorials. This actually concerns tutorials, because, well, that's something I actually forgot to mention. Each party member has his or her own tutorial that she has, so you can basically learn about the characters through tutorials. And that is very good. So let's do Melia's tutorial. Melia's talent arts. Elemental Discharge. My talent art is Elemental Discharge. If I summon an elemental, I can use this art without worrying about the talent gauge. Remember, each Elemental Discharge refills the talent gauge. When my talent gauge reaches its maximum, I automatically enter a burst state, and my concentration increases. Elemental Discharge does more damage during a burst, which is most helpful. Indeed it is. So, her arts are quite special, particularly with her summon arts like Summon Bolt or Summon Flare. And Charlotte responds, while the elemental is summoned, it grants buffs, and dismissing it deals damage. It also removes the buff. That's the thing that the tutorial doesn't tell you. So yeah, it is best if Melia supports everyone first by granting the buffs, and then fires off the elemental at the end. So if you can grant the buffs first and launch an all-out attack, that'll be really, really helpful for you. In the case with this jungle quadwing here. And pretty much, if you're going to be going up against a strong enemy, you want to buff up your party members first because they have a certain amount of range. So Melia can hold up to 3 elementals at a time. Summon Flare will give a strength up buff to the party. Summon Bolt will grant Ether up buff to the nearby ally, and Summon Aqua will cast regen on nearby allies. And Elemental Discharge will indeed discharge the last elemental used. So, yeah, once you're close enough, fire away. Casting Summon Aqua will indeed steal some of the HP from the enemy. Summon Bolt will deal out the damage, and firing off a Flare Elemental will indeed cause you to fall asleep. Okay. That's fine. Okay, casting off Summon Flare will indeed do Blaze. Or at least give Blaze to the enemy, so... yeah. Melia can be an excellent damage over time character if you can use that to your advantage very well indeed. So Melia is all about, well, granting buffs with those elementals and discharging them with, you know, them bringing out the pain and the stuff. So it's very important that you raise up Melia for Ether as much as you can, because she is indeed an Ether user. Yes, indeed. And we might as well show off some of Melia's other arts with, you know, this Inferno Dinos here, which has fire on its back, which is really cool. So, with Melia here, you need to fill up the talent gauge so she can enter the burst mode. So you basically have to keep on discharging the elementals until the talent gauge is full. Once the talent gauge is full, Melia will enter the burst mode, and she can use one of her arts that is only available if and only if burst mode is active. We got a honey rhubarb. Okay. So I'm trying to get into more fights because, well, her talent gauge is pretty much almost full, and I want her to get that freaking talent gauge up now. So let's summon up another elemental here. Let's elemental discharge, and one more should do it. So now that her talent gauge is full, she now has a burst mode. So now her attacks will become a lot more powerful, and she can use one of her arts that's only available if and only if she's in burst mode. Burst End, which reduces ether defense and physical defense. Yeah, by a whole lot. And that is an incredibly, and I mean an incredibly useful thing to do. So pretty much your time is pretty much split between, like, you know, trying to keep the burst mode or at least firing off the elemental so you can deal like a lot more damage than you should. And I completely went the wrong way, didn't I? Well, at least we made it all the way over here to the X watering hole, which, well, judging from the name of the place, does indeed have those X that we need to hunt for Monster Quest. And speaking of Monster Quest, we have another Magna Anzel, which one more we need in order to complete that Monster Quest that we need to do. And also with Melia's whole arts thing, if you can get her with a chain attack and go and get her into burst mode, she can do crazy amount of damage if you can get her talent gauge all buffed up and all that jazz. Alright, so that's Monster Quest 3, all done and all complete and all blah blah blah. Then we got a tasty Anzo wing, okay. So, what about her other arts, you may say? Well, here's Hypnotize, which inflicts sleep on one enemy, so it's basically Charlotte's Tranquilizer. Right here we have Spear Break, which knocks the enemy back, inflicting slow. And we have Shadow Stitch, which inflicts bind on enemies within range. So, basically put, she is a better ether user than Charlotte, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because, well, people who don't like playing as Charlotte, well, they can just use Melia instead. Personally, for me, I don't really mind playing as Charlotte, though, even though Melia is the better ether user overall. Yeah. So, yeah. And, here's another thing about Melia, actually. She's an ether user, right? That means she can hurt Mechon normally without having need for any sort of Monado enchant whatsoever. And, Charlotte had that unique ability as well. But, for the, whoa, tip-top team-up. I think we get that for using a chain attack a certain amount of times. But anyway, I don't have an elemental up shoot. Alright, Spear Break. Yeah. And dive sub that. And finally, ooh, yeah, might as well use it. Only one hit, and we killed them all in one hit. And X Iron Hearts. Apparently, X have a heart made out of iron. Okay. Alright. And one last thing about... What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Oh god. Okay, apparently that Magna Ansel was like, "Oi, you there! I wanted to get a piece of the action, you asses." That was really weird. And yeah, this Magna X is gonna kill me. But now Elemental Burst is active, so we can just kill this Magna Ansel, Magna X, no problem. And those are all the monster quests already. Jesus Christ. But anyway, about Spear Break, that's the one thing I kind of forgot to mention about Melia. You might think that Spear Break is kind of useless right now, like, oh, it's just, you know, a physical art that Melia isn't very good at. But, oh, you'd be very wrong. Once you get another art, that complements Spear Break, oh boy. You are going to eat your words, man, because Spear Break, just gonna say right now, is one of, if not the most broken arts in this game. I'm just gonna say that right now, and oh man, just look at that damage. See, that's the thing I'm talking about. Melia can do crazy amount of damage in chain attacks if you know how to use her correctly. And yeah, she is also excellent at damage over time, so in particular with Summon Flare, so yeah. Also, she can let the physical attackers do whatever they want, because, well, whenever you're playing as Melia, typically you don't want to be near the enemy. You just want to be just summoning up the elementals from a distance, or if you really want to, just go over to, you know, your other party members and buff them up with Summon Flare, so, you know, you can basically do that. Just buff them up with the strength up, regenerate with Summon Aqua, and there you go. It's really as simple as that when you're knowing how to use Melia very well. But anyway, I'm detouring a little bit because, well, I just want to get this secret out of the way right now. And yes, I said secret. So, with that Scarlet Ladybird, okay, Scarlet Ladybird, and we got a Shoral Mushroom, okay. We can hop on this tree, and we get another item orb, and we can jump down from here. Sploosh. And right here, we can discover the secret area sparkling pool, and ooh, Melia learned a new art as well as Rhine. Very nice indeed. So once again, secret areas are indeed skip travel points, so you can travel here whenever you want. We are going to be going here later because, as you can see right there, we have a heart-to-heart between Charla and Melia, but we can't exactly fear it yet because, well, you know, we just got Melia. She's not going to know anybody. Which, by the way, that actually brings me to something, but before we do, we have Melia's new art to show off. We might as well. So, you know the move Soft Boil from Pokemon? Well, think of Melia's new art healing gift as just that. Sacrifices HP to fill up another's HP. It's okay, I guess, but personally, you'd rather just use Charlotte for, you know, the healing and all that stuff. So, why don't we take care of these Magna Ferrises here, and I'll see you guys back at the X watering hole. Alright, I switched in Rhine because, of course, he's got a new art. And we might as well show it along the way as we keep on going to the Napon village. And sure enough, we have a Plasma Dinos that we can test out this new art on. So the talent gauge is almost full. That is very good, because this new art has to do with the talent gauge. Magnum Charge exchanges the talent gauge for arts damage. So with the Magnum Charge and Melia Summon Flare buff, you can basically do crazy amount of damage with Sword Drive. And pretty much anyone who's a fan of Rhine loves this art. And I'm basically going to keep that as a mainstay for Rhine, actually. Because Magnum Charge plus Sword Drive equals crazy, crazy damage. Just saying. Right here and right now. Alright, so we're going to keep on moving along over here. So, yeah, that's basically Melia in a nutshell. So once she gets more arts, you're going to find out that she is going to be an excellent damage over time character. And she's a great ether user as well. Well, she is an ether user. What the heck am I saying? And, yeah. I didn't... You know, speaking of Melia, I didn't actually used to play as Melia all that much on my first playthrough, actually. Like, she was just like, the black mage of the group, she can do all sorts of magic and, well, nothing else. And, yeah, I didn't really use Melia much. I didn't know how good of a character she was until, well, recently. And yeah, she is a very usable character. And speaking of big things, I didn't really say it, but Terra Olugas. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna watch out for those guys. But anyway, we got Napon villagers here. We must be getting pretty close to the thing. Frontier Village is just up ahead. You see red light? Village just past there. Oh, village just past there, you say? Well then, I guess we're not too far off from there. And you see those enemies down there? Fortunately, they're non-aggressive, so yeah, that's pretty good. In fact, I always like those high-level enemies that are non-aggressive. Anyway, here we are at the village entrance.
This is the entrance to Frontier Village.
So this big tree is where the Nopon live.
Ah, Bird Lady. Welcome back, Bird Lady.
I wish to speak with the village chief. Will you permit us to enter?
My pleasure, my pleasure.
I shall take you to the village chief. Follow me.
Welcome to the equivalent of Saturn Valley, Frontier Village. The scenery is very welcoming, as well as the Napon. You're gonna be sold on the Napon immediately when you see this place.
Hum hum! Hum here! Hum here! Hum who? Hum who?
Hum hum everywhere.
Me want touch hum hum.
Me want nibble hum hum. Hum hum taste pih. Hum hum scary.
Nopon of Frontier Village. Melia Antigua has returned. I request an audience with your chief. Chief, will you hear my request?
Melia here. Bird Lady here.
Melia back! Bird Lady back!
Bird Lady?
My dear Melia, it's good to see you again so soon. And you look so well. And what of your men?
They are at one with the Bionis. They sacrificed their lives so that I might escape. But this is not my reason for coming. These Homs need your help. Will you be so kind as to listen to their request?
What could a hum-hum need of me?
They require safe passage to Erith Sea.
I see no reason to deny them. And Melia, what of you?
I have unfinished business in this region. Once these Homs are safely on their way, I shall be on mine as well. That girl. Something's troubling her.
We found her half dead and all alone. But I don't suppose she'll tell us the reason anytime soon.
Maybe we can help. I'll go and talk to her.
You know, I'm smiling right now because this place is just too awesome. Like, seriously, I freaking love the Napon. Like, this is a point where the Napon become really, really good. Including this guy, Chief Dunga. He's like one of my favorite Napon just ever. Melia went to the diving board at the top. She had a very strong look of determination on her face. And, does he have anything else? Melia and Hom Hom. Oh, nothing. Well, I wonder what he could be thinking. But anyway, we made it here to the hop-on... The hop-on? The hop-on! Holy crap, okay. I might as well stop the episode right there, like, on the note of the hop-on. Okay, so we made it to the Napon home frontier village, and hey, Napon, Rasha, we made it to the Napon home of Frontier Village, and Melia's gone off on her own. Next time on Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles, we're going to explore around Frontier Village, actually, and we're going to see if we can try to convince Melia of something. So, I will see you guys on the next time with Giant Rhine. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.